Guys, what's going on? It is Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale with a very, very special video. I promised you in yesterday's video something just amazing, covering what, in my opinion, was just the most exciting match of all time. And today I am joined by Morten. I don't want to ruin the results for you guys who might not have seen the CRL World Finals, but Morten's going to tell us what went through his head during these matches, which led to just the ultimate most insane conclusion I've ever seen in the history of this game. But first off, Morten, welcome back to the channel, man. Thank you so much for joining me literally hours after you landed back in Germany.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It's always a pleasure, and
Yeah, dude. So I wanted to actually start out by, we can see you right here at the top of your little pedestal. You know, there's like hundreds of thousands of people watching. There's hundreds of people live in that arena, and the atmosphere was insane. And your back is against the wall. You are going in with a 2-0 deficit, meaning that you have to beat Canario. You have to beat Diego. Who was the second one? Diego? Oh, Egor. My bad.
Egor.
Yeah, you have to beat Canario, Egor, and Surgical Goblin in order for SK Gaming, your team, to stay in the the season, the championship. And if you lose any of those three matches, you're done. So talk about the pressure and what it's like standing there in front of all those people under such a high pressure situation.
Honestly, I think I'm like one of the people like which playing like better with pressure, because like I know like I have to win, and I'm like automatically playing better. But for sure, like the atmosphere is like different if you're playing like in the stadium with so many people watching, and like they were so loud. Like every time, like if a tower like or like a good play happened, like it was so loud you can hear it even with the headphones.
Yeah,
So for
yeah.
sure, atmosphere was amazing. It was like a lot different than normally what I'm used to be. But yeah, I think it helped me in some scenarios.
Yeah, it worked to your advantage since you're so cool and calm under pressure. Do you do anything differently to get ready for matches like this when you know it's going to be such a high stakes and big time in terms of visibility, big event like this? Do you prepare differently? Do you do breathing exercises? I have no idea, but just out of curiosity, like, do you do anything differently than you would say at home playing the 21 challenge on your device?
Honestly, not really. I'm gonna go in the game and say like it's a completely normal game, like against everyone. Like doesn't matter for me if I play on stage against Canario or if I play like at home against Canario. For me, it's like just a game. And like before games, normally I'm gonna listen to music, come a bit down, and I'm gonna focus like on my decks, like thinking again about what I want to play against everyone and talk to my teammates, and that helps me a lot.
What kind of music do you listen to?
Just German charts.
Cool. So, so when you're on stage, you're just listening to the game sound just jacked up in your ears in those headphones?
Yes, I think game sound is really, really important. Like for me, it helps a lot to be more focused in the game and like to see like some mechanics of the cards.
Do
For me
some
personally,
pros listen to like music and stuff? Are you allowed to, or?
no, you're not allowed
Okay.
to. But
Okay.
if I know that some people would like to do it, I think.
Okay. Okay. Well, back to this match. Sorry, I've kind of tatted through the
Yeah.
whole, the entire match basically so far, but it's going to go into obviously, going to overtime here. So talk about facing Canario, who had just swept your two teammates, who had just beat your two teammates. Why'd you go with the Golem deck here, and what are your thoughts on Canario? Obviously, one of the most lethal, best players in the game.
Yeah, for sure. Like Canario is one of the best players in the world, and like under pressure, even better than he's like normally. I wanted to play like a deck because like against Sergio, he played like a Hawk and Phantom deck. Against Sam, it looked like for me that he really, really tried to counter our decks in the first two games of King of the Hill. So I wanted to play a deck which I'm like not like used to play, or like people are not knowing me for playing Golem. So I wanted to surprise him a bit that I don't like run into a counter. And that's why I want Golem, because I practiced it a lot, and I feel like with Knight, which is so strong right now, with Baby Dragon, and with Cage is a really, really good defense. So I just played that, and I felt like confident because his deck pool isn't like really, really good against Golem in general.
Yeah, absolutely. Channeling your inner Flobby, right?
Yeah,
It looks like
sure.
one of Flobby's favorite decks. Actually, I think you and him pushed the ladder with this deck at one point,
Yeah.
didn't you?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. So
I
you're
played
definitely
that for-
familiar with it on ladder, just not known for it in CRL. And Golem
Yeah.
wasn't played much. I think only a few times
Yeah.
the entire day. So at this point in the match, you must be feeling really good. I mean, you might take tower here,
Yeah.
but if not, probably one of your next pushes. Or maybe you don't feel good because you're going against Elixir Golem, which can just end everything in one little push. So what's going through your head right now?
I knew like that he's trying to cycle back to another Lexicon because that's going to be really, really hard for me to defend if he has like 2 Lexicons on the field. And I know it's like just 30 seconds left. But I know also like I still have Lightning and he just has Earthquake. So if I defend that, like I don't even have to defend that flawlessly. Like just like if I just get like 200 or 200 or 300 damage, it's fine because I still have Lightning. But I know now like I should have won the game. I can even pressure now because like I don't want him to go like in the middle of a Lexicon. And now I'm going to predict like his Magic Archer or something, and then it should be GG.
Wow. And you had the wherewithal in that moment to like, even place that baby dragon there in the pocket, kind of being ready to predict. A guy like Canario just seems like an impossible guy to plan for. Is that like when you're planning out for these guys, especially like the likes of Egor and Canario and Surgical Goblin, are you looking for kind of weak spots in their game, or are you trying to focus mainly on your game?
Most of the times I play like decks, which I'm good with. But if I know like guys like Egor, I know he likes Miner, he likes Mortabate or something, even if he didn't play before and he played like really, 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 really good at the World Finals. So I couldn't prepare that good. Or like Surge, I know like his deck probably likes like Psychedecks a lot, but against like players like Surge, they can play like literally every deck. And so you just have to do like your thing. You have to play a deck which you're comfortable with, which is good no matter. And that's like most of the time I prepare. If you play like a guy which is like more known to be like playing 3-4 decks, and it's easier, but like against the best player in the world, it's really, really hard to like try to snipe them or something.
Yeah, right. And we'll focus maybe a little bit more on play-by-play in the Egor match, but during this downtime, it's not that long. It's only a minute or two between these matches in King of the Hill. Like, two questions. Number one is what's going through your mind right now? We saw you just a minute ago standing at the tower, just kind of waiting, right, for your next opponent. Like, are you just trying to calm yourself down and like stay in the zone, kind of?
Most of the time I'm saying to me like you still can do it, you still can reverse suit them, even if it's gonna be hard. And like most of the times I already have my decks ready for every opponent before like the King of the Hill. So
that was my next question. That was my next question. So you know their lineup obviously going into King of the Hill, and at this point, there's no you. Even if you wanted to change decks, are you allowed to in the rules, or at this point, are you stuck with the decks you have and you're ready to go and that's it?
I could change. Like normally, I've never changed decks before the game, or like if I see like Canario wins 2 against Sam and Sergio, I know like I'm not gonna switch deck besides he's playing like a crazy off-meta deck, which normally you wouldn't expect from him, and I'm like scared that he plays it again. And I'm gonna switch decks, but most of the times I have like my 3 decks prepared against every opponent.
So going into the Egor match, we haven't seen Egor play on the big stage. We've seen him a ton on ladder. I'm sure you faced him a ton of times just on ladder before, like probably 100 times. So, but you only know him as mainly playing Mortar. So preparing for this next match, which you're starting out right now, it looks like. How do you prepare for a guy like him? Do you just basically want to cover, like you said, his main go-to deck? And you're like, okay, well, I had that accounted for, and then just see what he plays, but you push him out of his comfort zone?
The things like he swept like OJ and Andrews in the quarterfinals, and then he swept Javier, so I knew like he's really, really confident right now. And I saw like 5 decks from him, so I know he likes mine a lot, he likes Mortar a lot. So I tried to build like a deck around that. I played like a giant deck because I felt it's really, really good against Mortar. Then I have like 3 spells against all the bait units. Then I have Magic Archer as well because I think it's like really, really good against, example, this minor poison deck, because against Hunter and something. So like I expected him to play this deck. So and that's why I got a really, really good matchup in general.
Awesome. Well, and there you go. And so at this point, right off the bat here, only 55 seconds or whatever into the match, you're already feeling good because you know what he's playing.
Yeah, I know what he's playing, and I knew like a really good matchup. Like he has not that much against Magic Archer. If he poisons the Magic Archer, I have Nightbridge, and I played this deck a lot, and I knew like against Igor's like really, really good the deck because like even if he gets like some minor damage, like Giant Miner so hard to defend for him, and then like Magic Archer too. So I'm just gonna like zap the bats on the right hand side, like let the Miner connect because he spends like 3 elixir, and now I'm gonna Miner lock, I think, the Hunter, and I think that's already so much damage on his tower.
Yeah, and you're playing like you're not playing overly aggressive, but you're being aggressive. You're going in with that Miner and single elixir time, and you're using your spells and stuff. Do you find that sometimes players on such a big stage at such a big event, sometimes they play a little bit more passively than they should or they would otherwise?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Like a lot of players like which are not used to be like the big stage, they're not playing like they would play at home. That's my maybe some players are like on like at home better than on stage because they're playing differently there because of the pressure. But I think like in some matchups like them, you have to play aggressive because like I know like even if I play aggressive and overcommit once, he has just a minor poison deck, so he can't really punish me, and like I'm gonna take the risk in this matchup.
Yeah, and that makes perfect sense. So here at this point in the match, only 45 seconds left. You must be
Yep.
feeling really, really good about things, right?
Yeah. Like if I know, like if
It's
I
over.
don't do like a big joke or like even if he gets the right hand tower, like in a 1-1 situation, it's still better for me. And I know it's really, really hard for him to get my tower. And like normally, if I'm not like playing like terrible right now, I should win this matchup.
Yeah, so at this point, 20, like you said, if you don't make a huge like
Yeah.
snafu here, you're looking good. And there's only you in Surgical Goblin standing, or there's only Surgical Goblin standing between
Yeah.
you and a reverse sweep. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you again: are you getting a little nervous here? Are you feeling that like the pressure at this point, knowing it's all going to be on the line now against Surgical Goblin? And B, what deck do you have selected against Surge and why?
Honestly, I wasn't really nervous against Surge. I like even if I like 0-2, I felt really confident about me because like I did a really good season for my part, and we played good in 2v2. So I was like, even if you lose now the game, like it's fine. We did a really good season, but I just want to give my best and play my best. And I know like against Surgical it's gonna be hard, and it will be a close match, and at the end it was.
Yeah,
So
it's pretty much the closest match ever. So especially on
yeah.
the big stage like this, but without spoiling again, why don't you? So what deck did you end up playing against Surge, and why did you select it?
I played a graveyard cycle deck with Inferno. I saw Higher playing this deck during the seeding tournament, and I really like Inferno in general. And I know that Surgical likes to play Lava in like deciding games, so I thought like it could be a really good idea against him. Otherwise, I didn't really know what Surgical plays because he plays like basically anything. So I just want to play a deck which I feel comfort with, and I know like it's gonna be a surprise because I never played this deck before, like in CL, so it's gonna be a safe deck for me.
I can't believe that you had never played this. Just saw Higher playing it. I didn't even know that. So are you at this point going in, right, a deck that you've never really played but you really love, going in against Surgical Goblin? You're definitely one of the best players in the entire world right now. Surgical, one of the best players of all time in terms of just like the Clash Royale history. So is there any deck that you're definitely definitely don't want to see him playing? Is there any deck you're scared of at this point?
Honestly, not really, because I know like this deck is really, really solid. There's like some bad matchup like Expo, but I knew like Surgical is never gonna play Expo like in deciding game because it's so risky, and if you're not really, really, really good with it, you won't risk it at this point. So I know like he's gonna play like a safe deck. That's what you normally do in the last deciding game, a deck which is more good against most of the decks, or like doesn't really have a big counter, and that's what ended up. We both played like kind of like safe decks, which have like 50-50 matchups against 90% of the decks, and that's what you should do in this point.
Yeah, and I actually want to ask you, just for my viewers who definitely don't have interest in playing competitively, but still want to know what good safe archetypes are. Like, what's a good archetype to invest in that doesn't really give you and put you in awful situations, no matter the meta. So, what do you consider like maybe a couple of the safest archetypes?
I would say like most of the times like defensive decks, like I would say like Ice Wizard, Baby Dragon, Tornado, Tombstone are like all really like defensive decks, like Royal Giant, like Packer Bridgeman as he plays as a safe deck. You can win a lot of matchups. Then like I generally like control decks, Minor Poison if you're good with it, or Graveyard Control, like kind of these decks. Like if you play like Golem, it's always risky. Like you can get hard countered, or like Expo decks, you can get hard countered, but this are like so safe decks. You can lose a lot, but you can win a lot too.
Yeah, no doubt. And going into this match, really want to focus obviously here. You see the Royal Ghost right out the gate, and you know exactly what he's playing, I assume. So how are you feeling early on here?
I was like, I'm not really sure about the matchup because I never played it. I knew already after the Royal Ghost, it's gonna be Packer Bridgeman, like for 99%. But like at the start, like I didn't feel so good because my cycle was not good. And I know like he's gonna Packer now. I already knew on stage like that I have an elixir advantage. I didn't know how big the elixir advantage was, but elixir disadvantage was, but yeah, it was.
So
like
point out to any plays that you, looking back, you might regret or you do differently in this match.
This Mega Minion already.
Okay.
I think I should have played it behind the King Toad, that the Magic Art is not going to hit it. So that's already a lot of damage. I think now the defense was okay. I think I played Skeletons there, and that was okay. But I know, like, okay, now I'm fine because it's like Elixir, we are almost even. So I'm like, okay, he had like 5 Elixir advantage. Normally, if the opponent has Elixir advantage, you're gonna take damage. I just wanted to get like at least damage as possible. Now he did a really, really good move. Because he knew that I don't have or didn't have Valkyrie in cycle. So he played the band at the bridge and I had to spend like 6 elixir for that. So he played it really, really good. And at this point, I already thought like I'm going to lose this game because he had like 6 elixir advantage. And Surgical is playing that really, really good right now.
Yeah, but things kind of turn a bit for you too. So here's the Magic Archer here.
Poison.
Yeah.
His defense was good, I think. I think there's nothing connected at this point. Yeah.
That was actually a tremendous defense because that you know, like you said, I thought too at that point you're like, oh man, this is gonna be trouble. He has the elixir advantage, P.E.K.K.A, Magic Archer, and but you were able to defend. So now 20 seconds and change here on the clock. Now what?
Yeah, so at this point, like I know I can't really go in because like now I can go in, but I don't know if I went in. No, I just played the poison. Was I think a good decision. But like I had like always like elixir disadvantage, and you never want to play like a graveyard if you're already in disadvantage because then you're just going to defend it with Royal Ghost. And that was actually a really, really, really good set by him. I think it was on purpose, really, really good by him. So I already knew like, okay, now I have to go in because like even if I'm like not high in elixir, like I have to do it because otherwise like it's 2 minutes left. I won't get damaged anymore. Now I think he did like a small mistake because he played like a lot of troops in the poison. Maybe just should have poisoned that. So I know like right now the situation is good. And I think this P.E.K.K.A wasn't really good too. And I'm like, okay, maybe now I have a chance to come back this game because I have the skeletons now. The Magic Archer is really, really annoying.
Yeah, Magic Archer certainly is.
I think now I'm playing Archers, yes. And now I'm going to go in again with Graveyard. I just wanted to bait in the poison. He doesn't play the poison, which is really good by him. But like one Skelly on the right-hand side was good for me. You already can see it's going to be really, really close.
Yeah, we can. And there's only 70 seconds or so remaining here in the time, from you or him in victory. So you play Valkyrie at the bridge there. Nice Valkyrie value.
Just going to cycle like back. I know like, now I have to keep up the pressure. I'm in a perfect cycle right now and I just have to make pressure because it's like just 1 minute left and it's going to be like single tower damage.
Yeah.
Quite unfortunate that I had to cycle like too late. Or like that I had this perfect cycle too late, but he did it really, really good that he like punished me like for my bad cycle always. Like another really good Magic Archer by him. I think this Nova was good. Yeah. So
Magic Archer just a hair from connecting, thank God. Meanwhile, he's doing a good job applying that pressure in the opposite lane, is making you pay attention everywhere.
No, like I'm gonna. This is so close.
I know, dude. Is this the first time you watched this or no?
No, like the second time.
Okay. So, you go in with the Graveyard there. You're like, okay, all I need, I can do at this point. You're like, I can do this, right?
Yeah, sure. I was like, this Mega Mini he played a really good Magic Archer. I thought like in this scenario, like the Magic Archer is not gonna hit my tower, but it's gonna hit. Now I'm like, okay, Poison Graveyard on the tower. Maybe RNG is lucky for me, but
no. Even watching it back right now, both of you guys, and you don't even have like you don't even look like you're just so stoic, right? You don't even look like you're crushed. Like first of all, you can't be mad at yourself. Like that match was so insane. You won 2 in a row against 2 of the best, two of the hottest players in all of CRL finals. A lot of people thought that was essentially the real finals right there, that matchup, no disrespect. But at the same time, there was just like 2 of the favorites, in this whole contest. So like first of all, again, I really appreciate you like reliving this a couple days later with me in this video, but like, how have you been able to sit with that 1 HP loss when you were that close? And, odds are that 1 hit point may have decided who were the world champions,
Yeah. Honestly, like, I was like, I gave everything. Like, Surge played really, really good at the end, like the Magic Archer. I'm not even saying like right now to me, I could have done something different. I could have played the Mega Mini like at the other side. Maybe I should have predicted Snow by the Magic Archer, but it's like so hard to decide this. And like I had like 10 seconds left and like maybe you would have done something different because like right now, like I can't tell myself that I did like the wrong decision at this because like if I would have won with 1 HP, I would have said, yeah, I did the right decision. So he played it maybe smart in the last 10 seconds, so congrats to him. But yeah, it happens, so I'm not mad at myself for sure. Like the first day, it was really, really hard to believe that you're so close to most likely win the World Finals, but now it's fine and Liquid deserves the win.
Yeah, man. Well, listen, Morten, first of all, I mean, I'm not telling you anything that probably people haven't already told you or, that you don't already know, but you have absolutely, everything to be so proud of how you performed this year and last year and everybody at SK Gaming. I mean, hats off, obviously, to Team Liquid for going on for winning it after this match. But what an exciting and amazing match to watch. And at the same time, what a heartbreaking finish there, knowing you almost pulled off the reverse sweep. And it really just came down to a combination of, you both made a few small misplays there. But at the end of the day, a lot of it was just, RNG on both sides, and it's like, and you just put yourself in the best position you can. And, hopefully, there it is, the 1 HP. Sorry, man. But yeah, hopefully next year you guys, obviously stick together. I'm a huge fan of you guys and the whole SK Gaming squad. Definitely testament to hard work and dedication. And, hats off for an amazing season, man.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. And appreciate all the support, like from everyone and on Twitter and in DMs, like for the support in general. Thank you very much.
Well, yeah, thanks again for coming on. Morten, any final words or anything? I mean, you just said thank you to everybody. Anything else that you want to say before we let you go?
Yeah, thank you very much for Supercell for doing the World Finals so amazing. I think like without delays, it was in general like an amazing event, and like the viewers there were like, it was so amazing, the atmosphere. So yeah, thanks for Supercell, thanks for SK Gaming, like for believing me since day one, and yeah.
Yeah, totally agree with that, man. I've been a part of so many different productions for Clash Royale now, almost all of them since the beginning of, Clash Royale in 2016. And this is the best energy and really just the most smooth and flawless event in terms of no technical difficulties, an amazing like energy in the stadium, amazing matches like the ones that we saw there. So hats off certainly to Supercell and OGN for an amazing production. And dude, again, thank you so much, Morten, for coming on the channel. I'll have Morten's YouTube, guys, his Twitch channel, his social media information. Give this guy a follow. Definitely someone to keep an eye out for. If you don't already know that, you're probably living under a CR rock. Morten, thanks again, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. Always a pleasure.
No problem. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Huge shout out to Bren Chong and Clash Royale, my YouTube partners. Check out their information in the description below. Thank you, and as always, take care, guys.